a pass here, or do you think they'll just try to get some more yards?
Traditionally, you'd expect the pass here to try and get first down yardage.
Kirkwood drops back, looks, passes, and intercepted.
By Daniel Harvey, making good on those shoes right there.
There's those gold shoes. The flag's on the field, but he's running for a touchdown.
We'll have to see what the flags are.
There's another stick. What's the flag there?
We're not sure. It could easily be an illegal block in the return. Have to wait for the signal. That's something the Sudbury's had a real problem with all season long. Kirkwood on the year has thrown 3 touchdowns against 16 interceptions. So they give the ball up a lot, and the Stallions have a pretty good ball hawking defense. Here you see Harvey on the return.
He's just going those gold shoes. That's what does it.
Making some people miss. He's a two-way player, plays receiver as well, so he's got a little bit of shake.
But the touchdown was called back, so that's a no-go. And the Stallion will start.
Whether it's before or after yards gained.
And so tell the people at home what that exactly means before or after yards gained.
If the penalty happened after the running back had already gained the 10 yards necessary for the first down, it'll be first down, as it is in this case, backed up the correct distance. If it was before he gained the yards, they take the ball from the spot, back it up from that point, and would have repeated second down. I didn't get a number on the penalty there, but...
So we're just at about midfield here?
Yep, right at midfield. Defense not quite set, combined with a quick dive by the fullback. So coming right downhill at him right now, and the guys weren't ready.
Another first down for the Huronia Stallions.
Little swing pass to Marshall.
And he's got quick feet.
Yeah, positive yards, keep the chains moving. And again, keep that Sudbury defense out on the field. By the third quarter or so, this is going to start to really wear on them.
And especially since it's a nice warm day today, that's got to factor in as well.
All right, the Stallions go unbalanced here into the boundary with 1 receiver out to the field, but 3 to the boundary. Give it back to the fullback.
Positive yards. And a quarterback sneak.
Out on 3rd and short, just a touch and go.
Picks up the first down.
Yep, just keeps the chains moving again. And you can hear the Sudbury coaches worried about his team getting down and getting ready. It's a very fundamental thing, and if you can't get that down, it's going to be a long, long afternoon. So we got 1st and 10 here.
4:22 in the first.
And the Stallions knocking on the door again. Spreading it out.
Graves drops back. Quick short pass.
Yep, again, Marshall coming out of the backfield. Just trying to get an athletic mismatch by having a linebacker follow him out there, and he's not going to be quick enough if he can get in the ball in a little bit of space.
What does that do to a defense when you have a player just so quick like Marshall, just chewing up yards everywhere? What can you do to stop him?
Well, you don't have too many options, really. You got to go to maybe a zone coverage and just cover areas of the field, allow you to rally up on the tackle. But still, it's a little disheartening, especially when you can combine that with the quick hitters inside from the fullback and running a few receiver screens sprinkled up. They're doing a good job of mixing it up right now.
Grave drops that back and hands off.
Yep.
Picks up a couple more yards.
Getting close again.
Seems like there's a theme developing here.
Yeah, and the Stallions O-line's doing a heck of a job here moving people. Just road grading, if you will. Looks like 2nd and goal from about the 5 here.
Another handoff to Marshall.
Yep.
And it looks like another touchdown.
Another touchdown on the ground, yep. Really starting to develop a pattern here of just grinding it down the field and then keeping it on the ground in the goal line area.
So we're looking at it's going to be 21-0 pending the extra point with 2:50 left in the first quarter. You think the Stallions could have come out any more on fire there?
No, I think this is about ideal for them. And then from the Sudbury perspective, they've only run 3 offensive plays, which is a little tough to handle. It's tough to get any kind of a rhythm or develop any kind of a game plan when you're not getting any plays.
One of those was a pickoff.
21-0 with 2:50 remaining.
So if you're the Northerners, what are you telling your offense as they prepare to come back out on the field after this kickoff?
You just got to execute the play call and try and worry about the play in front of you. The most important play is always the next play. So you just got to focus on that.
As we just take a look at the last play.
Yeah. Jason Marshall getting a rushing touchdown now to go with the fullbacks too. So
spreading the wealth around.
Yeah. All right, getting ready for the kickoff here again. Kyle Graves.
Kick the bloody ball. And here we go. Ooh. Oh, dead bounce.
Yeah, you never want to let that
up.
ball bounce. There you go. That's a live ball. So Taylor Shaggett with his second tackle now on kickoff coverage. You can tell a lot about that too when you're scouting. Guys who are down there making plays on kickoff are the ones that are really willing to give up their body and just scream downfield and aren't afraid of contact. So that's a good thing. All right, let's see what Sudbury can mount here.
I'm just saying, watch Daniel Harvey. I see the gold shoes on the field. Kirkwood hands it off.
There we go. Nice hole.
There we go. A couple yards there. That was by Corey Malik.
Yep. Actually, I think that is Etienne. They just changed his number for the game, so he's wearing 21 for this game.
And he's the guy you're saying to watch on the Northerners.
Yeah, he's kind of their Mr. Everything. He's leads them in rushing with about 450 yards, and is up there in receiving as well. Now, he's only got 1 touchdown on the year, but they don't really score a whole lot as a team, obviously by their 0-6 record. So, but what offensive push they do have is from him. He gets it again right here.
And he gets stuffed at the line.
Might be enough for the first down, though. Ref taking his time to make a decision, and he wants to measure it.
Chains. Is he gonna call it yet? You think it's a first?
I don't have a very good vantage point here. I'll give it to him, though. I'll say it's a first down.
I'm gonna go against you and say it's not then.
All right, that's fair. There we go.
Oh, you called it right. So it's 1st and 10 with 1:24 left on the clock for the first quarter.
Yep, that's a little something positive right there. A first down for Sudbury. You got to build on that now. Got to think they're just going to give the ball back to Etienne again.
And they draw play action. Kirkwood's dragged down there
By Taylor Shaggett. Looked like he had a receiver downfield for a minute, but didn't spy him. Stayed on the roll and then eventually got walked down. Loss of about 3 brings up second and 13.
Oh,
A little fullback counter, but that's met at the line.
so we're looking at 3rd and long with about 25 seconds and counting on the clock for the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think 3rd and long is going to be a dangerous down all day long for Sudbury. They're forced into a passing situation. Huronia is going to sit back in zone coverage and just watch the quarterback's eyes.
Two seconds on the clock. 1 second. Did they get it off? They did.
Oh, and a screen.
Got a blocker.
That's a nice call.
Oh, wow. That was a nice little play there.
It's a good call. It's 3rd and long. Invite the pass rushers upfield and then dump a screen over their heads.
And that was Etier again with the big run there.
It's a good job by Sudbury here responding with the drive. No matter how it finishes, they've at least come out and established a little bit of offense and, again, got their defense a little bit of rest. They've got a 1st and down, 10 now in Stallions territory, or actually dead at center field.
Dead at center. So they change ends at the end of the first quarter, reset the clock, and get ready to make their drive here. Kirkwood hands it off to Etier again.
Cross play. Little misdirection there with the cross play. Fake to the fullback, give it to the tailback. Picked up, looks like a solid 6-7 yards.
So the Sudbury offense is starting to establish a little bit of rhythm here, and maybe they can put some points up on the board.
Well, with any luck. Stallions are getting a little frustrated here. Move everybody up close to the line.
Oh, fumble.
And that's dangerous. Oh,
And the Stallions recovered.
yep, it was a fumble exchange between the center and the quarterbacks. The center saw all those guys up there. Linebacker's nice and tight. The free safety on the line of scrimmage ready to come. Got a little bit nervous. Might have short-armed it a little bit.
And how mad does that make a coach when that happens on the transfer?
It's tough. It's one of those fundamental things. I know we're out east. We first 15 minutes of practice, that's all we're doing is quarterback center exchanges, both under center and shotgun, because if you can't do that, you can't do anything. So it's also frustrating to have a drive where you start to piece some things together. And on that note, you got to go back and take the positives and get ready to go back out again. Football game's a long day. Oh, 4-1 set here.
Dropping back. Graves rolling. Nice catch.
Hits Mike Rostance on the underneath.
Rostance, first down, and some more.
Yep, they go 4-1 and bring Rostance all the way across the field in a short little drag, and the DB stuck with him, but not tight enough. Rostance is another guy like Harvey that plays both ways, plays receiver and then is their free safety as well.
So we're going to see a nice replay of that. Want to walk us through the replay here?
Sure, you see Rostance come on the drag here at about 5 yards. Kyle buys himself a little bit of time, hits him, and there you see the space he's created just by coming across the field. He's able to get up and get what we call yak.
So first, and quick out.
Quick little receiver screen and nice block on the edge.
Arm. And he gets dragged down.
Some nice blocking out there by the receivers. It's one of those things when you run receiver screens, you got to move them around so that the one slot back gets some, the other guy gets some as well, so that when their turn to block comes, they're willing to block for their buddy because they know it's going to come the other way around in a couple plays. So, it's a nice block out there.
So we got another first down.
Yep, and the Stallions are driving again. We're in the red zone. Oh, we got a corner route by number 3.
Oh.
And it was open.
A little bit more.
Oh, I got a good one.
Yeah, they bring the first 2 guys down underneath on short routes and then try and run the inside slot back on a corner route and have all that yardage out there to throw to, all that green. So, just didn't quite make the adjustment. See the third receiver here, number 24, Mike Rostance, running that corner. You see all that space created for him, and they just don't quite get it right.
So we're looking at 2nd and 10 with 11:35 in the half left here.
Oof.
Little handoff that gets stuffed at the line.
Yeah. Blown up by the D tackle there. Got into the backfield and threw the timing of the whole playoff. That was Andre Brock.
So we're looking at a 3rd and 10 here.
3rd and 10, they're in field goal range, or 3rd and about 11. So you got to think they're going to throw to the end zone here.
Take a shot and then see where they go from there.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got a double tight situation. They bring in 2 of their linebackers to play tight end, play action.
Oh, he's avoiding tackles here. Oh, nice block.
Nice. You see his mobility coming into play?
Rostance with a touchdown.
Yeah, I think that was actually Jason Marshall out of the backfield.
Marshall?
Yep, 21. So there you see Kyle's mobility buying him some time. Some nice redirect there on the block, and his patience allows him to find that open receiver.
That was a real nice play.
Yeah. So you see the initial play action rollout here. Nothing front side, covered quite well. The missed tackle, and then we're about to see the block right there.
Ooh, that's a beautiful block.
Actually, 2 of them in tandem. It's Marshall out here with a little bit of room.
Sudbury's coach is not too happy at this moment.
Yep, complaining there were a couple linemen illegally downfield because of the nature of the play action. That may be true, but that's one of those calls that hardly ever is enforced.
We're looking at 28-0.
Yep, we're going to see a replay here of Kyle ducking the first tackler, and then I don't know if we'll be able to see the blocks on this angle, but... One, and then you see the second body come flying in.
Bought himself a few extra seconds there that made a world of difference.
Yeah. So the lead's up to 28-0, just over 10.5 minutes left in the second quarter. And we'll see if Sudbury can continue the production they had on that last offensive drive before the fumbled snap.
Sudbury coach is looking for an explanation there.
And he got it. There were 2 ineligible numbers actually playing tight end, 50 and 59. They both reported, and they were both out on route, so it was in fact a legal play.
A
little bit of a squib kick right there.
Uh-oh. Sudbury covers.
And they're going to get a half-decent field position here. Last drive, they were able to get something going by establishing the run. We'll see if they can keep that rolling here.
You think maybe if you're down 28, you might maybe let it fly a little bit with the quarterback, take a shot at the end zone? Or?
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But by the same token, you got to get back in at 1 score at a time. And to do that, you have to maintain some drives. So as long as you're getting positive yardage and chipping away.
Oh, flags. Looks like Sudbury jumped off sides there.
I got a big fat guy on my screen.
Yeah, false start, 1st and 15.
That's got to be a killer.
No, they're not too bad. You can get over those. The holding penalties are the ones that are drive killers, but you never like to see that. The offsides by the receivers are the ones that always get me. You'll see somebody, there you go, our right tackle there jumped offside pretty obviously.
First and 15. Kirkwood looks to pass and completes it.
Keeps it short. And then the tackle.
Oh.
Not bad. A good rally to the ball there. Kyle Plummer, he's actually a younger guy. He's only 16 years old, but he's out here starting and doing quite well.
Holding his own.
Yeah, he's got a good future ahead of him. Another couple years to play here at the Stallions. So good to see. They've got 44 out there actually that you can see. Jack Miller is still only 15 years old. He hasn't turned 16 for a couple weeks, and he's quite a big boy. And he's out here playing with bigger ones and doing very well.
Oh, that was snuffed out right at the line, even maybe a little behind it.
Yeah, definite loss there. Huronia brought a blitz through a couple different gaps, and looks like Reed Anderson came free and made the tackle.
Looks like nobody was fooled on that play. So we got a third and long.
Yeah, about 17. So now we'll see what Sudbury has. They ran the screen last time on third and very long, but you got to think the coaching staff talked the linebackers about that, and they're going to be looking for that this time. So they're going to have to go a different direction, maybe run a draw or commit to throwing the ball downfield. And the sack.
Big sack.
Taylor Shaggett coming off the edge. He's having a heck of a game so far today. 2 sacks, 2 tackles on kickoff.
So on come the special teams.
Yeah. Stallions have 2 good returners back here in Jason Marshall and Ross Dance. Both of them have a return touchdown this year, so they can do some damage from this set.
We just saw a replay there. Went in barely untouched there to get the sack.
Yep, came off the edge. It's called a dip and rip, where you just kind of dip that inside shoulder and rip through, get leverage on the offensive tackle.
And a nice little short punt to the sideline, near sideline. Ben Fenton picks it up, looking for some room, found some.
Uh-oh.
He's seeing daylight.
Heck of a return by Mike Ross
Wow.
there.
It's inside the 10, I believe. 7:18 left in the half.
Yeah.
Couple quick moves there, and
Yeah, he took it one way and came back the other. You see him take it in the middle of the field and redirect out. We'll see some good blocks come up along the edge here.
there we go. Look at him go.
Yeah.
He's chugging.
Not at all. And the Sudbury defense can't get a break here with this starting field position.
And here we go, a nice handoff.
They go back to the handoff and
That's
untouched
that,
for about
untouched.
15 yards.
And that was Etier. Another touchdown today.
No, that was Jason Marshall, actually.
Was it Marshall?
Yep, so that's his second of the day.
Keep missing that one, eh?
No problem.
So how many touchdowns is that for him?
That's 2 for him and 2 for the fullback, Brett Henney. There was a heck of a block there, too. I don't know if we'll see it on the replay or not, but 75, Tyler Honeywood, the guard, had his guy in about, I think he drove him all the way into the end zone. So when you see that, it's a good sign. Adds the extra point. 35-0 now.
35-0 with 7:05 left in the half. What can Sudbury do here?
Well, we're going to have a look at the replay here first. We'll see 75, our left guard here. Gets on his man, keeps his feet pumping, and he's going to keep driving and driving and driving. And again, untouched.
As far as what Sudbury can do, not a whole lot at this point. Ask them to start running the clock, maybe? I don't know.
I'm sure they'll want to make a statement of some sort, show they have some life before half here.
That's ideally, yeah. Whether they're going to be allowed to do that by the Stallions is another question.
Nice deep kick.
Yeah, but it's heading out of bounds.
Ooh.
Leg up.
So that's going to give the Northerners some good field position then.
Yes, it will, or they could make them re-kick, but I imagine they'll take the ball. All right, so Sudbury's got to get back to either giving the ball to Etier here or faking it and getting Kirkwood out on the edge.
Anything
Buying
for a
some
couple
time
of
that way.
positive yards there.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. There's not a single play in football that's going to score you 35 points, right? So you just got to do it one play and one touchdown at a time. Sometimes you can lose sight of that as a player and as a coach at times too. So.
And I believe Journey said it best, don't you think? Don't stop believing.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, you stopped, I guess.
I'm pretty close.
6:48 and the clock running.
Counter look here, a little misdirection.
And that is absolutely stuffed.
Read well by the middle linebacker, Reed Anderson. Just finished his first year out at St. Mary's University, actually.
So we're looking at second down and a few, we'll call it.
About 9.5, so a little bit positive there, but not too much.
Another handoff.
Yeah. And a few more positive yards. Nice leg drive right there.
Keep driving. Whistle dead. That was a nice run, though.
Yeah, brings up about 3rd and 4, so you're in a situation where you could run or pass. Keep the defense guessing.
So hopefully they can get the first down and let their defense rest a little bit here, I'm sure they're hoping for. Because they've been on the field an awful lot this first half here.
They have, and every first down you get just improves your field position as well. So that's you have to stop giving the Stallions short fields.
Drop back to pass. Short
Quick
pass.
out.
Is he
Completed.
going to make the first?
I think he did.
Yep. Yep. First
There we
down.
go. All right.
Little bit of life. Little bit of life.
Yep, just a little quick out. Just turn and run basically right at the sticks and managed to complete it.
4:54 running.
All right, here with another first down. And they give the counter again to Etier.
This
time,
a couple
yeah.
positive yards.
Guys should just have a warm up if you want to tell your camera if you want to take a shot at the halftime show. You guys are playing, we'll just let me warm up over there if you wanted to get a shot of that, right?
So we're looking at 2nd and 5,
Yep. Good first down yardage there.
right at midfield.
And again, as you see them start to get some yards on the ground, you see the Stallions defense creep up.
Oh, he was hit immediately.
Oh.
Brent Edwardson giving Etier a rest there.
Yeah. Looks like it. Well, that's that little cross play, right, where you fake the fullback and give it to the tail. Sometimes you got to give it to the full as well. You'll see the Stallions run that as well with their two guys.
3rd down. inside of 3.5 minutes.
Play action.
Draws back. Oh, avoids a tackle there. Completes the pass. Oh,
no,
no,
incomplete.
drops incomplete.
But again, you see them forced to take the short route. They're covering the deep ones well. Quarterback's got to buy a little bit more time and then take the short option. Even if that ball had been completed, wouldn't have been enough yards for a first down.
Fourth down.
It looks like Sudbury's electing to go for it on offense rather than punt here.
Gotta do something, right?
That's true. 3-minute warning. The downside is you don't get it. Now you give the Stallions the ball at midfield again.
With plenty of time left on
Plenty
the
of
clock.
time. And 3 minutes, the last 3 minutes in a Canadian football game last forever. So going to the
Looks
air.
pass. And that is picked off. Would you maybe have swatted it down in that situation?
Ideally, yeah. That's. But I mean, again, these are young football players, and that's a finer point of the game that they might not have as it is. You know, Mike Minter with a nice pick right there. All right, here we see Kirkwood drop back. I think initially they were looking for Etienne coming out of the backfield here, right at about the first down yardage, but that was covered well. The pressure coming from the backside, and Minter goes up and attacks it at its highest point. That's one thing we work on all the time with our DBs is getting up in the air and attacking the ball at its highest point.
And that's the second pick for Kirkwood tonight. Not helping that quarterback rating.
No, not at all.
So we got 2:36 and nice little handoff.
Yeah.
Do you think the Stallions are content here with their 35-point lead, or are they looking for more?
At this point, I think they'd be happy to go in up 35. They've got a couple substitutions there in the backfield. They've got Calvin Sepasar, their backup tailback in, and their backup fullback too, John McMorrin. So they're giving their starters a little bit of rest here. And I think they're going to be content to try and keep this moving. Now, that being said, they could come out and chuck it up all of a sudden, but no.
There's a pitch.
The pitch to Sepasar. Nice run for the first down. That offensive line just continues to move people.
You win the battle in the trenches, you're going to win the game, right? Most likely.
Most likely, yeah. They're doing a good job mixing it up inside and outside as well. Those quick hitters inside and then running the pitches outside.
Coming up on 2 minutes. Ball at the 40, 45.
Oh, they go with the quick pass again.
He's got a man. He's
All right, he's got to put that
three
ball away, though.
tacklers. Oh, still standing up. Protect the football, right?
Yeah.
Number one rule.
Nothing too flashy, just what we call a stop route, about 5 to 7 yards straight downfield, turn and face the quarterback. Second and 3 is a great down right here. You can do anything you want. They stick it on the ground, pound out another first down.
It just seems like the Stallions are just moving the chains at will here.
It does.
So let me ask you a nice little question here off topic.
Sure.
If you're in the NFL here, what would you say is the prototypical player that you love to see play?
Ooh, well, it depends what position we're looking at. Now, from a quarterback standpoint, I'd say Vince Young right now would be my favorite guy just because he combines the athleticism and the height that you need to really be a quarterback in the NFL and see over those monster
Ooh, nice little handoff there.
offensive lines. Yeah, you saw a little bit of a counter action there. Again, I think that's first down yardage, over 10 yards. Oh, no, just short. So from that standpoint, I'd say Vince Young. I like, electric small guys like Steve Smith. I like watching him out there playing, making people miss, look stupid all over the place. So
like a Dante Hall maybe? Or
a little bit, but Dante doesn't get the ball enough in the receiving game. He's not quite as good enough
fumble.
for receiver.
But they recover, the Stallions recover fine. What
Yep.
about, remember the old XFL there and He Hate Me? What do you think of Rod Smart?
He returned kicks in the NFL for a couple years after that point, so he had speed to burn. But the XFL was a little bit interesting. It was a failed experiment, but hey, it got Tommy Maddox a job in the NFL for a couple years, so it's not all bad.
That's right.
All right, here we're going to see, I think, the fumbled exchange when they go for the quarterback sneak.
No.
Kyle's heads up, picks it up, and actually falls forward for the... Oh, no, didn't get the first down. I thought they were going to get that
short. And nice little handoff, and it's... he was hit immediately, but kept driving the legs, and I saw a flag, I believe, fly out there.
Yeah, I think the defensive end of the to the top of your screen there was offside.
Is that going to give him the first down?
It will.
Yep. With about 47.8 seconds left on the clock in the first half.
Yeah, they've still got both their timeouts left, so they could, if they get this first down here, still piece together a nice little end to this drive.
.8 seconds left on the clock, and it's 35-0 for the Huronia Stallions. Little fight put up by the Northerners today. But you never know, right? It could be a tale of two halves.
Stranger things have happened. Not very often.
If you're one for the underdog, this would be the game for you here.
Yep.
Nice little run play, and
we'll give to the fullback there, gets a couple yards.
And the clock stopped, 45 seconds.
Yeah, it'll start again here right now. There we go.
You think they'll take maybe one shot at the end zone here?
I could see it happening.
And he is. Short little pass.
Yep,
and,
complete.
Gets hauled down there. Looking at 3rd and short.
Yeah, not enough for the first down, though.
23 seconds. Clock's running again.
Yeah, I'd like to see them go no huddle here and actually, get some plays off and work this drive just as an opportunity to run a no huddle drive before the half.
Play action, and looks like he's going to run it.
Yeah, it's a keeper all the way for Kyle around the edge.
Ooh, nice inside the 15 there with 5 seconds. And they called the timeout, and looks like the field goal unit's going to come on the field and hopefully put up an extra 3 points here before half.
I guess up 35-0. It's one of those ethical gray areas to be running no huddle on a team, but by the same token, you can only get so many game snaps at that tempo and an opportunity to run a 2-minute drill like that. So I personally would have taken it, but
Me personally, I'm all for running up the score. Hey, if you can, why not, right? But you as a coach, how do you feel about that?
Well, it's one of those things where what goes around comes around, and so I, you always got to try and be respectful, and the other guys are out there trying just as hard as you are, and things just aren't going their way. So
you're not for running up the score?
No, not in general.
A lot of people aren't. I'm all for it. I want to. I want to see them break 100. That's what I want to see today. So
I actually saw that happen once in a CIS football game, 105-0. But that was more of kind of a statement made by the opposing head coach to the other team's program about their need to improve.
And it's good.
There's a good field goal.
Left 1.4 seconds on the clock here.
Yeah, so it's 38-0. You'll probably see them going for another one of those low squib kicks. Yeah.
So do you see life coming maybe in the second half for the Northerners, or a whole lot of nothing?
Well, there have been some bright spots, but they just have to string some of those together. I think they'll, I see them coming out and doing a little bit better. You're going to see the Stallions put in some of their backups and stuff as well. So I can see them mounting a couple more drives, and I definitely think they're going to get on the board at some point. But as far as coming back from 38 down, I don't see that being in the cards. But again, as I said earlier, stranger things have happened. The challenge for the Stallions at halftime is keeping their guys focused and making sure they go out and play a full 60 minutes.
And that's why I believe in running up the score. Because if you're trying to run up the score, then you're focused on scoring, right?
It's true.
Oh, and a little squibber here. They better pick that ball up.
Yeah, there we go.
They get it, and that's the end of the half. So I'd say I don't think things could have went much better there for the Stallions.
That's a pretty one-sided affair at this point. We'll see what happens in the second half.
All right, and stay with Rogers Sports Exclusive as we'll be back right after this.
Instructor for Pilates on Rogers Television. Please join me as we explore the most fundamental basics of Pilates right on up to the most advanced repertoire.
Pilates, Saturdays at 9:30.
When villages began to grow in the late 1800s, some of the first public buildings built were churches. They were simple buildings. The pews were hard wooden benches, and it was lit by oil lanterns. The sole source of heating was the wood stove. Many people attended services because it provided them a chance to visit with their neighbors. Besides spiritual teachings, the church offered picnics, concerts, choir practices, council meetings, bazaars, and sewing societies. All of these provided an important social outlet. The church was a very important part of life for the people of Simcoe County. Religious belief characterized a person in his or her relationship not only to God, but also in connection to others in the community. It was a way of defining oneself to give meaning and purpose to the events of life.
Instructor for Pilates on Rogers Television. Please join me as we explore the most fundamental basics of Pilates right on up to the most advanced repertoire.
Pilates, Saturdays at 9:30.
So we're here with the little guys playing at halftime in a nice little scrimmage game. Josh, tell me, how important is smaller guys like this playing in the development for football?
Well, you really can't overstate the importance of it, just in football in general, and then even looking at the Stallions product that we're seeing on the field here today. A couple years ago, they really didn't have the minor programs till about 6-7 years ago. And before that point, you'd have guys coming out and playing, but you had a lot fewer numbers on the older teams and guys that hadn't played as much football. Now they've got over 450 players in all levels of football from age 8 all the way up to 19. And it's really made a difference. You see these guys they have on the varsity team playing together now and doing the damage here have played together at this level for 5 or 6 years. First time I ever saw Jason Marshall play, for example, the tailback. He was 12 years old and was lighting up the pony level, doing quite well. So it makes a big difference. And from just
look at this. This guy's a truck. Keep on trucking, buddy.
Yeah. You don't see a whole lot of passing at this level, but every now and then you get one guy who can throw. But no, from an overall standpoint as well, it's just people talk to me about the big difference between the American and the Canadian game and the kind of athletes we have. Quality athletes up here, just like they have down there. The big differences are just the amount of population, right? The LA County alone has more people than the entire country of Canada. So obviously more elite athletes are going to come out of that situation. But it's also everybody that comes, is a good football player down there. Not everybody, but the vast majority have been playing football since, Pop Warner at age 5 or 6. So they come to university with 13, 14 years of experience, and just their fundamentals are better. They can respond to coaching better. It just makes a difference.
Seeing the growth of minor football in Canada, not only here with the Huronia program, but it's happening around the country, even out in Halifax and the areas on the East Coast where I coach. It's making a really big difference, and you're getting more advanced players at each level along the way, and they're only benefiting from that. So it's an important step.
And I see the coaches on the field here guiding the players at scrimmage. What does that do when you got the coach out there actually telling you this is how to do it?
Well,
does that help?
It's one of those things where signaling in from the sideline to run like toss right. I have issues with that at my level. Sometimes getting the right signal and everything. You try and do that with a 10 or 12-year-old here, and it's going to be a real problem. Plus, positioning the people in the right place. You're not trying to go out here and win football games. What you're trying to do here is create a love of the game and just garner interest. Get some of those young hockey players away from the ice and into a pair of shoulder pads and see if we can't let them wreak some havoc on the football field. So it just creates a better product, and it allows you to coach up along the way.
See a nice little pass to
Oh man, this guy is a tank right here.
Look at that guy go.
Every now and then you get that, right? Because it's all based on age, and some programs combine age and weight level, but you always end up with 1 or 2 studs at these younger levels that make a real impact.
Okay, so we'll be right back with Rogers Sports Exclusive right after this.
Doctors are welcome members of newly formed communities. In the Victorian era, the town doctor served several communities and was a general practitioner to the truest sense. They specialized in everything: surgery, dentistry, obstetrics, pharmacy, pathology, and then some, acting as postman, justice of the peace, and friend as the need arose. Available day or night, doctors earned the loyalty of their communities. To the early practitioners, sterilization was unknown and infection often became a problem. They experimented and tried many blends of herbs and minerals to treat illness. Thus, the saying was created, "The cure is sometimes worse than the disease." There was a telephone in his office, which he received emergency calls. In that era, it was uncommon for the patient to go to the doctor.
Have you ever wondered what it will be like to be someone else for a day? To find out about the rewards or the aggravations of a new career? Well, now you can. Join me, Tara Dawn Woodstone, each week for a day in the life as we walk a mile in the shoes of your neighbor and explore the different occupations in our community. We'll find out about the rewards, the hassles, the excitement, and the challenges involved in a new career. Join us as we share with them a day in the life.
Day in the Life, Sundays at 8:30.
Welcome back to the Barrie Community Sports Complex. We're here watching a game between the Huronia Stallions and the Sudbury Northerners, and it is an old-fashioned rout, I believe is what they call it. Josh, what can we get in the second half here?
I think we're probably going to see some more of the same. Not sure if we're going to see it double up and go to 76-0 or anything by that extravagant, but there'll be a few more points scored here, I think.
And do you think the Northerners are going to get on the scoreboard this half?
I got to think they're going to put something together. They've had a couple good plays and a couple good drives. They just haven't been able to keep things moving. That one drive where they fumbled the snap and turned it over was a killer. It just deflates your whole team. So it's see if they can't string something together here and get on the board, and small victories. Got to start somewhere.
So now we're looking into the moral victory realm. Is that what we're looking at here?
I really don't like that term. Moral victories are for losers is something I live by, but whatever.
No moral victories. So we're about to start the second half, and here we go.
Nice deep kick.
Oh, a nice return always is a good spark.
It's a good start. And again, Taylor Shaggett with the tackle. That's I think every time they've kicked it deep, he's made the tackle. He's actually coming to play for me this fall out of Acadia, so good to see that happening.
So you're what we like to call biased.
Yeah. With a couple of these guys, for sure.
But he's definitely making the plays, eh? Good little player you got there.
Bad. He always makes plays coming forward, too. See here, you got some backups in across the board on defense, like we talked about.
But we got the golden shoes out there, and that's really what's important.
Still looking to make up another play here. He's disappointed about not getting in the end zone the first time. Oh, and they come out and go to the air right away.
Gunning. Oh. Right over the middle.
Yeah, that should have been caught. That was a nice ball over the under coverage and into the little vertical seam there.
So back on the yellow golden shoes, how do you feel about players being flashy and even like the touchdown celebrations and that sort of thing?
Well, at this level and at our level at the CIS, they're flat out illegal. So I definitely don't condone them. And the thing I always talk with my guys about is act like you've been there before. If you're a receiver and you catch a nice ball and you get into the end zone, well, you know what? That's what you're supposed to do. That's your job.
And hopefully you've been there before, and you have to go forward with the idea that you're going to be there 10, 12 more times this season, right? So just act like you've been there before and, give the ball back to the ref, play the next play.
And what about in like the CFL and the NFL, where the CFL you're allowed to do the team celebrations and everything? How do you feel about that sort of thing?
They're professionals, and they're out there making their livelihood by risking their bodies and banging heads. So there's
nice pat. Another
couple
we
different
got a flag.
penalty flags. Yeah. So there's something to be said for that. Unfortunately, it's kind of the trickle-down effect where you see them do it at the pro level, and the younger guys want to do it, and you see it, happen in movies and all that kind of stuff, and it trickles down, unfortunately. But again, they're pros, and they're the best in the world at what they're doing. So.
Did you like the Sharpie incident with T-Hill?
Stuff like that's original. I have to you have to respect it. The Ocho Cinco jersey, all that kind of stuff. It's just out of the box. The Joe horn with the cell phone. Come on, that's.
You think you should have got fined 10 G's for that?
Yeah.
He was calling his mom.
All right, so it looks like we had
3rd and 5.
a false start and a defensive holding here. So the difference is 5 yards for the Northerners, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
So hopefully they can convert here and get something going. Show a little life.
Back to pass. His arm was hit as he threw. It falls incomplete.
3 incomplete passes. Maybe one that should have been completed.
That one definitely should have been completed. If it hits you in the hands.
So you're a big fan. If you any part of your hand.
If you can touch it, you can catch it. That's the way we do it.
I believe that's what Ocho Cinco says too.
Something like that. Yeah.
Fourth down. Looks like they're gonna punt.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll try something.
Well, they've got an onside player over here behind the punter, so he's able to go down and recover the ball, and he's also exempted from the whole no yards thing. He can be within the 5 yards. Actually, I think last night in the CFL game that came into play for Edmonton. So.
And who are you picking in the CFL to win the Grey Cup this year?
Ooh, that's a tough pick. I like Winnipeg. I think they can both run and pass. Charles Roberts is a heck of a player, and they've got a defense that can really make plays. BC, saw them start to kind of get on track last night, and then Calgary. I'm a big Calgary fan. I got an offensive lineman who played for me at Acadia who plays out there, so I always like to see him do well.
So not Toronto at all. Not an Argos fan.
At times, back when they had the Rocket, used to have season tickets and everything back then, but
because pinball's just pinball.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And the thing about him is he's absolutely genuine. What you see on TV, it's not a performance at all. That's just who he is. Oh. Ross Stance on the return. Again, reverses field just like he did in the first half.
Just munching up yards. Whoa, that was a nice punt return.
Almost a carbon copy of that one he had in the first half, where he took started about 5 yards one direction, reversed his field, and got the edge. Starts off to his right, comes back to his left. We'll get a couple good blocks up here on the edge. A lot of room.
Now, I noticed a lot of coaches, just as we see him run, when they switch sides of the field, they like the ball closest to the outside, just in case they fumble. What are your feelings on that?
It really depends on the player. Some guys try and switch it too much. Amon Green's a great NFL example that he felt his left hand was stronger than his right, and he had fumbling issues early in his career, and then late in his career, he just carried it in his left hand no matter what happened, everywhere he went. And there are some coaches that believe in that as well, that switching the ball over, just the risk versus reward isn't there. With our guys, kind of take it case by case. It's funny you mentioned that. I got a receiver this year who, as I've been breaking down film from last year and watching it again, I'm going to stress to him he does not switch the ball over, because about 3 different times he fumbled the ball. I saw that's why that was happening. So it's again, you never say never, and you never say always. And there's certain things you as a coach, you don't want to back yourself into a corner with that kind of thing. But
so we have a man down on the field here. Looks like he hurt his lower body. We'll call it a lower body injury. he's being attended to very well, looks like. And
Oh, you need a couple guys here off the sideline to take him off. There we go. 75, Will Flesher there getting helped off. And we'll come back here to a second and about 7 for the Stallions.
And we got about 11 minutes left in the third quarter here as the clock resumes.
And they give him a counter again. A lot of room.
O-line's doing a great job tonight of just opening up massive holes, it appears.
Yep, and on that one there, it's a misdirection play where you actually pull one of the backside O-linemen out in front of the play. So you're going to see here, oh, it's a little late to see the pull, but still you see Sepasar there. Covering it up as he gets tackled, 2 hands on the ball. Ball security, as we call that.
So first and
10, they give the fullback dive.
not too many. But as always, we'd like to thank our amazing volunteers here that are standing out in this, what was a scorcher of an evening before the sun went behind the clouds. And our camera guys are doing a great job, and everybody in the truck, and even the fans that come out to watch the game.
A pretty solid turnout here, actually. So
I bet they're looking for a touchdown dance.
back to pass.
Oh, he's scrambling.
Flush.
Looks like he's going to run it in.
He's going to get in here, I think. Oh.
And another
Oh.
touchdown.
It's great work by Dustin Crowder there to get out to him and drag him down. Unfortunately, Graves was able to reach across the goal line, extend that ball for the touchdown. It's initially a quick pass here. He's looking to the boundary, but then gets flushed. Just puts his head down, looks for that pylon here. There we go.
That's the other thing about Kyle, for his size and his speed. He's about 6'2", too, so he's a good-sized kid who can get a move on when he needs to, and then he's got the arm. So he's a total package.
Rosted's on for the extra point here.
And it's good.
Makes it 45-0. 9:34 left in the third quarter.
So just back to a reference earlier today. I said don't stop believing. Is it time yet? would you throw in the towel yet? Or
Well, you never throw in the towel. You never throw in the towel. You got to keep playing and keep trying to get better. Every rep that they have here on offense and defense is an opportunity to get better individually and as a team. So
is that what you tell your team if you're getting routed here?
yeah. I usually don't get very talkative when you're getting beat like that. I just stop talking too much. But no, it's what you got to do. I mean, you can't say, okay, we've had enough and walk off the field. That's not an option. So at some point pride kicks in and just go out and you do the best you can. Deep again.
Oh, he's got some room.
Yep, another bad delivery. There we go, up to about the 40-yard line. Oh, and a late flag. Probably going to be for a little bit of extracurricular stuff. We'll see which way it goes. Here we see him take it up the sideline. Josh Grenier finds a little bit of a seam and gets some yards.
He's been giving them pretty good field position all night.
Unfortunately, here the objectionable conduct will bring it back, kind of negate that field position.
And that's got to be a killer. Like, you get a little bit of daylight, and then somebody shuts the window, the blinds on you.
Yeah.
All right, they go back to Etier on the ground. He finds a little seam. Keeps those legs pumping. He runs with a good body lean, and he finishes every run hard, which is an important part of being a running back.
Oh, and they're going to a no-huddle set here.
Try to change things up a little bit, maybe get something, catch them off guard.
Yeah, just change the tempo up a little bit, maybe establish something. What you've been doing so far hasn't been working, so you got to try something different. Oh, and they go deep.
There we go.
Oh.
Incomplete pass. Had it and dropped it. You know, there's a nice little saying I believe they use in Detroit with the Lions, and if you go deep, they never boo you.
That's true. I think that works in Montreal with the Alouettes, too. You just see a size mismatch over here on the edge. Jordan Andrich is just too big for Kyle Plummer, but stays in there fighting for it and ends up knocking the ball out. Incomplete pass. Again to the air and the screenplay again.
Oh, he's got some room.
Nice
He's
block.
got some room. Oh, nice. And a flag on the play. He's out to about 49. Or sorry, he's about to center.
Yeah. I think we're going to get an illegal block on one of the receivers. Oh. And that'll be an objectionable conduct. There's a zero tolerance policy on language in the OVFL. You're going to see 41 here. Zach Azola out in front. Hopefully we'll see him here in a second. Big man out there moving. That's actually a lot tougher than it looks to be a big guy out there against a small guy. You'd think just his size would be enough, but they can redirect, and it's tough when you're that big and you're moving that fast to change direction at all. So that was it's a nice play in space.
So it's getting called back?
Yeah, we're going to see, I think, an illegal block on the receiver, but it was after yards gained, so that'll be a first down. And then there was also an objectionable conduct, I think a language penalty.
With 7:54 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, near the halfway point of the third quarter here.
And what does that do if you're a coach? Are you pulling out your hair at these where you get a couple drop balls, you get a good play that you bunch of yards on, it gets called back? What does that do to you?
Well, yeah, it's one of those things. Sometimes you're stuck into that rut where it's one step forward and two steps back. But you can't lose your cool. As soon as you lose your cool on the sideline, your team's just going to follow your lead. So you have to remain focused on the next play and provide a good example for them.
Oh, that is a beautiful sack. No fool at all.
Not at all. Thomas Vanderwerk off the edge. He's actually their sack leader with 4.5, I believe, on the season. So there's another one right there. Yeah, a mix-up in the protection scheme, or they hoped he would be pulled down by that play-action fake. No such luck.
So we're looking at a second and long here.
It's about a 6-play drive that I don't think has actually netted them any yards. So it's,
they need the 40 for a first down.
Right down that seam again, and that time it's caught. It's the same thing they saw last time running down that inside seam. Now that time the ball wasn't nearly as good as the last one, but the receiver goes down and makes the catch. Adam Legault.
We're looking at third and short here.
Oh, it's actually a 1st and 10.
Oh, you got the first down?
Yep.
Another pass. Another catch. And will that be a completion?
Yep, they're calling it a completion and then a fumble out of bounds. They're trying to work that mismatch over there that we saw earlier on the drop ball with the height, Jordan Andrich against Kyle Plummer. So not a bad ball here. A little semi-roll. It's a great job punching that ball out from behind, though. So another 1st and 10. And they stick with in the air. Flush them out.
Scrambling. Ooh. Got about 8 or 9 there. Pretty close. 5:32 left in the third.
It's a good game. So he's flushed to his right. He makes the decision to put his head down. Now when he does that, he's got to tuck that ball away. Carrying it like a loaf of bread right there, but... Second and short.
In Stallion territory. I hand it off.
I go back to the cross. Back to Etienne
look
again.
at that.
All right.
Finds a seam. He's going.
Breaks through in the defensive backfield. A nice gain.
Nice run. Puts him inside the 10, I believe.
All right, so they run the cross here. Fake to the full and give to the tailback. He finds a seam. Missed tackle there by number 10. And Daniel Harvey's forced to come from the field corner spot and rally to make that tackle.
Looks like the Stallions are taking the time out here, getting a few substitutions in so they can hopefully bend but don't break here in the red zone and maybe keep that goose egg on the board.
Now, you hear a lot about that bend, don't break defense. How do you feel about the bend, don't break? Like, a lot of guys like to be aggressive and others are like, hey, just don't break. What's your whole philosophy on...
I'm a fan of the bend, don't break if it's if you do it correctly and you play it well, because at the end of the day, it's not about total yards. It's about nothing but points, right? If you score more than the other guy, you're going to win the football game. So if you can hold them down to field goals and have great red zone defense, that's a big part of the game. I don't know, the Argos last year were a great example of that. They were, I think, last in the league in yardage, but second or third in points allowed. So it's just it's a different philosophy. You let everything get completed in front of you, rally up and make the tackle. Prevent the big play.
The Colts won a Super Bowl with that whole bend, don't break philosophy.
Yeah, so it would appear to work. A little tougher to do in Canadian ball with that big end zone though, because it keeps more of your passing game in play, getting down there, and gives you some more options in the air. So. All right, so 1st and 10.
And Kirkwood passes. Well, overthrown and incomplete.
Looks like he had a couple receivers in the same area there, but again, the pressure's coming up the middle and flushing them out one direction or the other.
So we'll just take a look at the replay here. Or we'll go right back to the game.
All right, so we're coming up on 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Sudbury Northerners are stringing together a drive here. They've got 2nd and 10 from, tough to tell from our angle, probably about the 12-yard line. Oh.
And that was snuffed out.
Yep, going for a little bit of trickery down there, and sometimes that'll come up to bite you. They did not trick number 3, Taylor Shaggett.
That's your boy there.
Yeah, hey. Guess he heard I was here or something, I don't know.
So we got 3:44 left in the third. And so, tell me, is he impressing you at all with his play tonight?
He's doing well. I've obviously seen him play before and seen him on tape. Otherwise, I wouldn't have recruited him to come out east. But yeah, he's playing well. He's been playing well all season long. So good to see. Be interested to see how they do it here. 3rd and about 11 or 12 down here in the red zone. Whether they're thinking 4-down territory and they'll take half the yardage now, and the other half in the next play, or throw right for the end zone.
And should have been a pick.
Yep, that would have been Mike Minner's second, and he had some yardage in front of him. He might still be running as we're talking right now. So,
looking at a 100-yard touchdown there.
That's very possible.
Do you think he saw daylight and got a little ahead of himself?
He doesn't look very pleased with himself there. He knows he missed one. But, yeah, here we go. They're in 4-down territory, so I'm a little surprised they threw for the end zone there. They could have taken about half the yardage, put them in a better position here on 4th down if they know they're going to do that going in. But
So clock's running, 3:19.
Yep.
4th down. They run it.
Let's see.
And
it gets stuffed.
Nothing. Nothing to doing.
Nope. It's a turnover on downs. It's tough to get all the way down there and take no points, and then flip side of it being a field goal down 45 points doesn't really help you too much, but it does get you on the board. And
maybe a little excitement, maybe, or something, or you just.
Well, I think we're going to see 44 here. Jack Miller actually make the play.
Almost fumbled there.
Yeah, that's the 15-year-old I was talking about earlier. There, 44 on the edge, stuffing him on 4th down.
That is one big 15-year-old.
All right, we got a backup quarterback in here, Jackson Kane. And they go to the run. Again, I think we're going to start to really see that 3 yards in a cloud of dust mentality here.
So that Sudbury defense has been on the field an awful lot today. What does that do to a defense heading into the 4th quarter there? With 2:24 left in the game, 3rd quarter.
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's just physically tiring, number one. I mean, just getting beat on, and especially as they're doing it here with all these run plays. Just
we got a flag at the end of the play.
It was late, too. Might be a late hit. But anyway, the physical pounding that you're going to take, especially with all the running that they're doing here, we're going to see the replay. See if we can pick out the penalty. Yeah, looks like maybe 43 on the ground there. He was being pushed to the ground by 75, Tyler Honeywood, and Kyle Henry decided to retaliate, but it was a little bit after the whistle.
So that gives them another few yards.
Another 1st down here.
Penalties are not helping the Northerners' cause today.
Yeah, I never really understand that on the O-lines and D-lines, the late hits necessarily, because the next play you're going to line up and you're going to face them right again. I mean, you're going to have every opportunity to retaliate right now. So. The toss weak here. Some great blocks by the receivers on the edge.
Some daylight. Some daylight. The 50.
He could
40,
be gone.
30, 20, 10. And I believe they call that a touchdown.
Yep.
That was beautiful.
That's what they call running the ladder right there. He just runs his toss track, hits the sideline, and hits it up, cuts it up. Great blocks out here on the edge by 34. You kind of saw it out of the corner of your eye there. Makes the one tackler miss, and here it's just a foot race.
Will not be caught.
He's a young guy as well, I think 16 or 17 years old. So they've got some young talent on the Stallions team. And then because of the score here, they're getting a chance to get on the field and show what they've got. We've got another penalty. Well after the play. Looks like it might have even been 2. Not sure if it was on the bench or who it was on over there. Those will be applied on the kickoff though, so it should be a pretty deep kick coming up here. We'll see. Or an excellent opportunity for an onside, although again up 52 points, might be a little bit offside.
And with this extra point, it's blocked.
Nope, not a great snap, and Kyle Graves had trouble handling it. Didn't give an opportunity for the kicker to make that.
So that makes it 51-0. And here's a look at it, and it's didn't really have a chance there at all.
Not at all.
So we were talking earlier about your favorite offensive player. What about defensive player? Who's your guy? Who's your horse?
Gee, it'd be a tough pick. I think Ray Lewis, to be honest with you. And saw something on, I guess it was the NFL Network or whatever the other day there, about how he's actually trimmed his body fat percentage by about 2, and he's switched his whole workout schedule, so he works out at 6 p.m. instead of 7 a.m., and it's changed his the way he's doing it. He thinks it's going to give him another 2 or 3 years at his peak ability in the NFL, which is scary. But you know, Adalius Thomas is a heck of a player too. Just signed with the New England Patriots, but he's kind of the prototypical end outside linebacker hybrid. He's a guy who played literally every position in college at Southern Miss. He played corner, he played safety, he played, you know, kind of an Urlacher type, played all over the place. But it's very rare to find a guy who can play D tackle and corner. So.
And a pretty deep kick as they got the yardage on the kickoff.
Yep.
And not much on that return.
Not at all. They're going to start in some bad field position. Good coverage.
And there's your boy again, Taylor.
Oh, yeah. If they're making plays.
So we got about a $1.40 left in the third quarter. Maybe we'll see some life. Maybe.
Oh, again, they put together that great drive last time. It just stalled once they got down in the red zone.
Oh, and a nice handoff, and Etienne picks up first and a little bit more.
Again, keeps those legs driving. He's a smaller guy, so sometimes he'll just get in behind those O-linemen and pop out. Starts off to the left, missed tackle, and just keeps moving.
He turned a loss into a gain there.
Yeah. All right, give it back to him again.
And not much you're doing on that one. We got about 34 ticks left on the clock, and it's running down.
Yeah, about a 7-yard gain here off the left-hand side.
He's been doing pretty well all day when they have the opportunity to get him the ball.
So we got a second down. And drops back to pass. Looking near sideline. And thrown out of bounds. But he was double, triple covered there.
Yeah, just some good zone coverage there. Got a jam from the cornerback up front, and then had the halfback behind playing the deep stuff. So there wasn't really an option there.
And we're just about at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, there'll be one more play here.
Right about there. So it'll be the final play. Third down.
Go play action fake, and they try and hit that seam again.
And it's picked off.
Unfortunately, they've shown that once too many times.
And we got a flag on the play.
Yep.
And he's still running for daylight. Vince Lonsdale there with the pick.
Yeah, he returned it into the end zone, but we'll have to wait and see what this flag is. Judging by when and where it was thrown, it's probably an illegal block on the Stallions here, which is going to bring the return back. There we see him run the end zone there. Great return. You always talk about wanting your DBs to be athletes after they make that interception. Yep. And it was, in fact, an illegal block, so it'll come back, but it's still an interception.
So we head into the fourth quarter.
We'll flip it around here for the fourth quarter with the Stallions with some pretty good field position again.
So in the whole offensive scheme of things, what's your favorite type of offense? Like, do you like the running gun or run heavy, pass heavy? What's your sort of philosophy on that?
I'm a spread kind of short, quick passing guy the majority of the time, and run a lot of receiver screens, that kind of stuff. Louisville's offensive system the last couple years has been really fun to watch down south, one I'm interested in. And then now you're going to see their head coach, Bobby Petrino, took a job as the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. So he's going to try and adapt that system to the NFL with a mobile and pretty dangerous quarterback. So we'll see how that whole thing works out. But I've enjoyed watching it. Some of the stuff they do, you can't doesn't translate to the NFL just because of the amazing team speed that you get across the board from D tackle all the way out, right? But that would be where I go, and what I run out at Acadia is kind of a spread, quick passing thing.
So the beginning of the fourth quarter, and the Stallions are already in Northerner territory, but
a quick give.
Just back to the Falcons there, you're talking about a pretty dangerous mobile quarterback in Michael Vick, and I think Michael Vick's just amazing in the Falcons. And what is it like when you can run an option? Like, they're the only team in the NFL that can run the option. Like, what is that? How does that open up the playbook? Like in the NFL, like that's just crazy.
Somewhat. I mean, again, the team speed across the board in the NFL is what really negates the option play. There are some teams that run it in the short yardage. It definitely has its place, but as far as just being able to line up and run the option, you can't really do that at the NFL level. The stuff he does on the roll and just with his mobility, just extending the down is what we talk about. You know, if it's normally going to take 5 seconds, and he gets out there, breaks contain, and extends the down, that's when you have the scramble drill going on. You have guys redirecting at the receiver position and finding holes. And I don't know, I think it'll be interesting to see how he does this year with a new head coach and new offensive system that could maybe be tailored to his ability a little bit more. So I think he's got the potential to do some good things.
So we got 14:40 into the fourth, or left in the fourth.
Yep.
And,
little miscommunication there in the backfield. Backup quarterback, backup fullback probably haven't had too many opportunities to run that in practice, but brings up third and quite long here.
So do you think they'll pass it here, or will they just well, we see the replay there where they bump into each other and then get hauled down, but do you think the Stallions will pass, or do you think they'll play conservative and just run the ball and then punt it away?
I would think fairly conservative. I could see a fullback screen, like a little fullback middle screen or something like that, just to give you a chance to make the yardage. But at this point, you just want to hold the ball, not turn it over, and you're happy to punt it away and bury them deep at this point. You're perfectly content with that.
Having a little conference over here among the officials.
What do you think they're discussing over there?
Not really sure. I didn't see any flags fly. I didn't think there was too much confusion on the spot from that play.
Whatever it is, it appears to be sorted out. I think the sticks were placed incorrectly here, it would appear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were down at the end zone there.
Yeah, that turned a 3rd and 25-ish into a 3rd and I don't know what we're going to get here. We're still trying to get it set up.
Sudbury coach is out on the field talking to the refs.
And the refs taking the opportunity to explain it to both head coaches here. I think something happened probably on the penalty.
And the refs have done a pretty good job today.
Yeah, they have. Haven't had a whole lot to do. It's been a fairly penalty-free day. So 3rd and 11. And they run the draw play, tackled for a loss.
That's going to bring on the punt unit.
Yep.
And I see my horse out on the field there, Daniel Harvey. I just can't get enough of those shoes. Do you have any players down at Acadia that are like to show a little flash on the field?
We've had some along the way, yeah. I mean, we're limited in a lot of things. At the CIS level, your uniforms have to be, very uniform as far as socks and sock length and all that kind of stuff. So there's not a whole lot of interpretation that can go on, but we do have some guys that like to be pretty.
Oh, that wasn't a very good punt there.
No, but it's got a nice roll. No yards flags
Penalty.
coming in.
All right, so as they sort out the penalty here, this field position shouldn't be too bad for Sudbury.
All right. So just over 13 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, and we'll see if Sudbury can string a couple more of these plays together, get the ball to Etier a couple more times, and then play action off it.
Maybe take a gander to the end zone.
Yeah, they've found that seam a couple times, so we'll see if they can get back to it. Here we go with the toss play.
Oh, breaks a tackle, breaks
Yep.
another one. It's all down.
There we go.
Nice run there.
And they're going to stick with the no huddle look here. Here's see some good blocking out on the edge. Nice cut. And it's good gang tackle though too. You see 3-4 guys coming in on the tackle. That's what you want to see as a defensive coach. Falling forward, they run that cross play again.
That was Brent Edwardson gaining a few.
Bringing up second and short.
Draws back to pass. Short pass. Nice catch. And gets the first down.
Yep, that's Andrich again. He does a nice job there, kind of sitting himself down in the hole in the zone. He doesn't run himself covered into those linebackers. Gets another first down. Nice. Mixing it up a little bit, getting it back to Brent Edwards. Sharing the wealth. And again, a nice first down gain. So in the second half, we've really seen the Northerners offense come out and be much more productive than they were in the first. They just haven't been able to finish a couple drives.
Metier's getting stood up and tackled there. Do you think that maybe the Northerners were a little overwhelmed at the beginning of the game now that they've started, mind you, it's fourth quarter, settled down, but in the second half they started to settle down a little bit to help them? Or
Well, it's, overwhelmed, I guess, is one way to put it. You blink and you're down 14 points. That's got to be disheartening a little bit. But again, a good halftime talk about just, what you're out here trying to do and playing with pride and from snap to whistle. And we've seen a different offense here.
Metier again.
Yeah, he
finds
can.
a little seam and
Ball came out at the end, but the whistle was already blown. He's continued to impress here in the all game long. Really, he just didn't get a whole lot of touches in the first half. And we see he's pretty winded there and needs a blow. But he's been out there working his tail off all day long. Oh, there we see that the ball had come loose at the end, but it had already been ruled down by contact. Oh, and the Stallions take a timeout. Again, I guess they kind of have a line drawn in the sand here. Once you cross about the 30, maybe the 25-yard line, they put a few of their defensive starters back in just to give them a little bit more oomph in the red zone. All right, so Sudbury with a first down in the red zone here. Going to have another opportunity to put some points on the board.
Been inside the red zone a couple times today, but haven't been able to convert. And
Yep. And judging on the decision they made last time, they have to know that they're in 4-down territory now and call their plays accordingly. See a lot of young men out there that are looking pretty gassed. They've been working hard, and it's not easy to play football on a sunny evening in the middle of July. You can get some hot ones out here, so. See Etier still on the bench, getting a blow. John Grenier at tailback now.
oh, they look pass.
Uh-oh.
And it's picked off.
And it's your boy.
It's my boy. He's going. He's going.
I think he's
Daylight, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. And a beautiful, beautiful touchdown.
Earning those golden shoes right there. So if not for that illegal block call on the first one, he'd have one heck of a day going for him right now.
That boy runs better than Forrest Gump, man.
Yeah, they go the quick game here. Harvey was never worried about the receiver running by him, never felt threatened, so he just stared the quarterback down. Was sitting on it the whole way.
It's a whirlwind of yellow. That's all I see there. That puts it to 57.
Yep.
Look at that.
I don't know if the quarterback was expecting the receiver to hook it up or what he was looking for there. Looked like he might have had a chance to throw it over his head, actually. But
oh, and we got a flag on the extra point.
Legal substitution or too many men here on Huronia at the end of the game here or late in the game when you've made all these different substitutions. A lot of times on specials you'll end up with an extra guy or one guy too few. Get a little confused, but okay, so they're going to apply the penalty on the kickoff and allow the extra point.
So 58 to nothing.
Yeah, and it seems like anytime Sudbury starts to mount something just goes drastically wrong. And it's it's tough. I've been in games like that, and I think they're in the middle of a season like that right now. So
they are currently on a 6-game slide, and today it looks like it's going to be unlucky number 7.
Yeah, but all credit to these guys. They're out here working hard and playing the game of football and trying to do what they can. So.
And that Mike Etier, he's just been a very big bright spot in their day today.
All right, we're ready for the kickoff here again.
See your boy Taylor there.
Ready to go.
Better watch him. It's a nice, good kick.
Fielded cleanly.
Oh, found a hole.
Yeah, Legault with a nice return.
Oh, past the 40.
Good deep kick to the right. But Legault finds a nice little seam here. Again, starts one direction, comes back the other. It's kind of a theme we've seen today. Almost keeps his feet there, too. Ooh. And a late block in the back that apparently was not seen.
So we got 10-15 and counting down in the fourth quarter.
To the pass. Oh, a little miscommunication there.
So that brings us to 2nd and 10 at the 45. The Southern or the Northerners 45. So earlier in the game, when you didn't make any predictions, in your head, what were you thinking?
I think this is about fair. This is the ballpark of what I was looking at. But game's not over yet. There's Etienne again on the counter and just keeps his legs driving. Yeah, there's some disparity in the East Conference, the OVFL this year. There's the Stallions and then the Mississauga Warriors and the Etobicoke Eagles that are all, I think, they're both 5-1, and then Mississauga is unbeaten. So some good teams, but then there are also 3 or 4 0-6 teams. So kind of the haves and the have-nots. Actually, in 2 weeks, the Stallions go down to Mississauga and play there in the matchup of 1 and 2. So
that's going to be a pretty good game, I'd expect.
Yeah, it should be. They're a traditionally good team, and actually both teams were helped start the league before it was the OVFL, when it was the Great Lakes Football League.
Another pick.
Back in 1993, and met in the first 2 championship games. So it's there's some history there too.
Now, unfortunately, I think the defensive line was offside, so it's going to call that pick back. But that was just the free safety, Mike Rostance, playing center field. Bang.
Not really a receiver within about 5 yards of that spot. And he gets a nice lick here at the end. All right, and the offside gives him a first down.
So 1st and 10 at half. So they got a little bit of luck back there.
Yeah,
a little bit of luck.
1 to the good right there. Oh, a little pump fake.
Again. Oh. And
oh. 2 plays in a row. Tried to pump fake a short route and then hit the seam, but the free safety was sitting right on it.
.820 and rolling here.
2nd and 10 from midfield. Northerners still looking for their first point.
Goes back to pass again. Feeling the rush. Avoids it.
Flush.
Takes it out of the pocket.
Ooh.
And gets hit at the line.
It's a nice textbook tackle right there low. Kyle Plummer coming up. We'll see Kyle come up into the screen here and wrap low. Carry him to the ground. That's good. 3rd and long. Just past the halfway point of the 4th quarter.
Oh, drop ball, flags.
Oh. Yeah. Problem with the exchange, and I think the looks like the right guard actually got shoved back and landed on the quarterback, forced him down. But we do have a flag here as well. Oh, it's a false start. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not good.
How old are 646?
No way. You have to see your quarterback.
4th quarter, 6:33, and just getting an explanation from the referee about the call.
Yeah, it was a false start. And it'll bring up 3rd and about 14.
Drops back to pass again. Looking deep.
Going for it all.
Looking deep. Falls incomplete. But they never boo you if you go deep.
Not bad. There was a chance there. It was a nice ball thrown to the outside. Gave the receiver a chance to go get it. Just didn't quite connect. And now fourth and long. They're going to have a choice here. Oh, and they're going to go.
6 minutes. Now is as good a time as any, right?
It's true.
Got some pressure
Got some
coming.
pressure
Flush.
coming.
And gets hit as he throws.
Yep.
Turnover on downs.
Oh, he was looking to the left side of the field, didn't like what he saw. Was forced to scramble a little bit, and we see the backside rush coming here. Last second he tries to dump it out, but just under too much pressure. And that wouldn't have got them too many anyway, as you see the crowd of purple there on the edge of the screen. So, 1st and 10 for the Stallions from about the 51-yard line on the way in. Can probably expect to see some more of the same here with the ground and pound.
Nice handoff.
Yeah, we give to Sepsar.
Still going.
Yeah.
That was a nice play. Picks up the first down.
Yeah, he's a little elusive. He runs very straight up, which generally you wouldn't consider a good attribute. But he seems to finish his runs hard, and he's got a little side-to-side shake on him. I think he was actually a fullback last year at the junior varsity program. You see him finish that run there.
So we go 1st and 10.
And they give the fullback dive, but doesn't. A couple at the end, doesn't go anywhere to start with, but they keep the drive going.
We're down to 4 minutes and 29 seconds, and here's a look at the replay. Just a quick handoff. And
again,
keeps on moving.
Yeah, good job keeping those legs drive. Something we've been seeing from the other side of the ball too. So. Second and about 6 or 7. As the clock continues to roll.
Three minutes, 57 seconds. Oh, nice one-handed catch.
Yeah. That was that bubble screen again right there where they just take the most inside receiver and have him bubble a little bit, get him the ball on the edge.
Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I think it's Mike Minter there with the nice catch. Oh, nice.
Doesn't even use that second hand.
Nope. Gets a half-decent block out on the edge and first down.
Inside the 25, 3:29 left.
That's really more of a run play than it is a pass play. I always get into this argument with my head coach out east because I explained to him that's part of my outside running game, that I'm not really throwing the ball all that much. But I guess a 6-1, half dozen of the other. But
now,
nonetheless, it was good for a first down.
If he dropped it, is it an incomplete pass or a fumble?
It depends, actually. It's if it's a forward pass from the position the quarterback releases it, it's an incomplete pass. And if it's backwards, it's considered a fumble. What we teach the quarterback to do is actually throw and then drift backwards, like kind of lightly, to try and create the impression of a forward pass in the referee's eyes.
There's a little handoff.
Yeah, we see the fullback give. Met well, though. Just a gain of about 1 or 2.
3-minute warning.
Yeah, we hit the 3-minute warning here in the fourth quarter with the Stallions on the march again.
Here we go. The clock starts up again.
Oh, they go to the shotgun here.
And they just run a lead play. Uh-oh.
Oh, found some daylight.
Yeah. Nice run. Just an off-tackle lead play, nothing fancy. See the fullback come up and lead through. And you just see that push there.
doesn't get touched till he's 10 yards downfield.
In 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30 seconds, looking for to tack on a couple more points here. Some insurance points, if you will.
I guess, yeah.
So if you're going to rate the Stallions' performance today based on report card grades, what would you give them today?
I'd give them a solid, probably an A-. I think they could have. I think they could have done a few things a little differently, but they did quite well. Obviously, they're up 58 and about to add more to that. Established the run game nice and early. I liked coming out with the exotic play and then with the onside kick right afterwards. Defensively, they did okay. They did get the ball run on them sometimes, and that's what's happened a couple times this year. That other teams will get into a groove and start moving the ball on the ground. But when they needed to, they stepped up and played well. We've kept them off the scoreboard so far. So again, the fullback give.
Is he in?
Awaiting the call here. Nope, third down.
Third down. Third and just a few.
Third and 1, it looks like.
The $1:41 left on the clock.
Probably expect to see more of the same here with a little dive action. Doing a good job of taking a lot of the time off the clock before they snap the ball, especially with the backup quarterback under center there. He's showing some gamesmanship.
You think they'll quarterback sneak it here?
That would be the easiest way to do it.
Oh,
just going to take a knee. It's an interesting choice. Well, that's kind of the, again, that's a 6-1, half dozen the other situation with running up the score. Where, I mean, I understand not running up the score, but when you're down there, it's third down, it's almost a little disrespectful not to actually run a play. So if I was on the defensive side at this point, I'd, go ahead and run the ball. You're right there. So. So we'll see. Sudbury actually took their time out here in response to that. Kind of defeats the purpose.
The Sudbury coach calling for play on.
Yes, when the other team starts taking knees on third down just to actually, turn the ball over, it's a little bit embarrassing.
It's when that good old thing that guys have, that pride thing that kicks in, right?
Yeah. I'm sure we'll probably see that again here, another knee.
So here we go, 4th and goal.
Yeah.
And okay.
Run a little bit more off, and that'll be a turnover on downs. It's the best play in football right there, victory. If you're doing that, then you're doing something right. So the Northerners will have one more chance here. You'll see them come out and go no huddle again. Probably chuck a couple more deep, see if they can't get one to hit. And we'll see the Stallions back in the prevent defense.
So when you think the Stallions travel to Mississauga, how do you think they'll fare there from what you saw today?
Well, they're going to be in tough. Mississauga is a very good team. I've seen them play 3 or 4 times this year as well. They've got some real weapons on offense and a couple guys on defense that can flat out play too. So it'll be a good matchup. It's one they've been waiting for all season long, really. So a minute 16 left on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Kind of a last gasp by the Northerners to get some points on the board. And they keep it on the ground to Etier. Pickup of about 7.
See a nice little replay here of it.
Ooh, 73 almost came through there and made that play, but can't arm tackle this guy. Nice. Give it to the fullback again. Enough for a first down.
55 seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
Oh, drops back to pass. Oh! Bobbled around there. A couple different players.
Yeah.
Almost made the circus catch.
Well, it was thrown a little high there originally, and then your boy Dan Harvey came in, batted it down, but it got knocked around a little bit. 84 almost comes up with it. Nick Verbanek staying with the play.
Got second down, 39 ticks left on the clock. For this one's in the books. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice catch.
That was a nice catch right there.
And a big hit. Gets him out of bounds. That's another first down.
That was a good job by Andrews, turning, locating the ball. Caught it with all hands instead of trying to use his body. Fake me out here in the play action for a second. And our camera guy, apparently.
Well, the way Etier's been winning, got to kind of expect that, right?
No, you got to, yeah. It's kind of the next progression. Obviously, it's a little late to...
31.6 seconds left on the clock in this one. And they pitch it. Etier picks up a couple. We're going to look at the replay. Look at that pitch.
Yeah, I see 42 pulling around out in front. Unfortunately, he gets beat to the point of attack by the tailback. That'll happen every now and then. Second and medium. To the air.
Oh, he's looking.
Yep.
And incomplete.
So it'll bring up third and about 5. 17.9 seconds left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. And the Stallions trying to hang on to their shutout.
And you got to imagine Sudbury wants to get on this scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that's their goal right now. Gonna have to come up with something special to do it, though.
Here we go, looking to pass. Gets hit. Oh, almost picked. I hit ground.
Yeah, but there is a flag on the play. Pass interference on the Stallions.
Oh.
Nice pass rush move on the outside there by 79. Mike Fedorov. But you see Nick Verbanek getting dropped there, so it was in some illegal contact.
He was looking for that flag there.
I'll give him the first down.
First down, 13.3 ticks left on the clock. Showing a little life here.
Yeah.
But they've been moving the ball pretty good the second half. It's just been their red zone offense.
Yeah, just finishing. It's been their issue, but... And you can see now the Stallions have 3 guys played well back.
They don't want anything beating them deep.
No, they're willing to give up any of the underneath stuff.
Pass to the middle of 2 receivers, and no one in particular. But
yeah, looks like they tried to send Etier up the seam there out of the backfield in motion, but he didn't turn and look for the ball in time. Second and 10, down to 9.3 seconds left in the game.
So how many shots do you think they got here? Take a couple shots at the end zone, maybe?
I don't know if Kirkwood's got the arm to take a couple shots at the end zone really right here.
They got 2 plays left, maybe as many as 3 if they try and do a quick screen or a quick hitch. But at this point, you're looking in the playbook for the hook and ladder or what else you can find in there.
Got good protection. It's going deep.
It's going deep.
Going deep.
And Daniel Harvey with his 3rd pick of the day.
I'm telling you, it's the shoes. It's the gold shoes. Look at that. He always seems to be in a pretty good position to get that ball. And that's going to seal it with 1.9 left on the clock.
The Stallions will come out, take a knee, and that'll be the end of the game.
So from what you saw today, who do you think would be a player of the game? Who do you think showed you a lot of heart? And
Well, I think you got to give a lot of consideration to Dan Harvey. 3 picks is an exceptional day. On the offensive side of the ball, I thought early on Brett Henney was going to be angling for that, but as the game went on, they got away from him. Well, he didn't play at all in the second half because they were up 50 points. But so I would say Harvey would get it for the Stallions side. And then obviously for the Northerners, you have to go Etienne. There's no other choice there. He's been the one bright spot in the game.
That's the game, and I'd say that's pretty good choices for the players on both sides of the ball. You pick my boy, my horse.
Yeah.
And Etienne was very impressive. Final score here at the Barrie Community Sports Complex, 58 for the Huronia Stallions and 0 for the Sudbury Northerners. A shutout, and that runs the record to 0-7. Hopefully they can turn it around soon.
They've only got 1 more game, so they got to do it quick.
Hopefully they can get a win in, right? And the Stallions look to improve their record against the Mississauga, and that should be a very good game as they line up to shake hands. So we just want to thank all our volunteers. Thank you, Josh. You did a great job.
Well, thanks for the chance. It was a fun time.
Thanks everybody in the truck, and thanks for watching. Enjoy your night.